where I negotiate with my kids, because they will fight me on it. If I tell them to go to bed early while on vacation, it's not going to happen. Hi everybody, my name is Anastasia and welcome to my channel. So we are officially, or maybe not officially, but we're in the hot months. Summer's here, schools are closing, and we are all getting ready to go on vacation. And so I just wanted to share some healthy tips and tricks that we need to keep in mind, or we can add to what we usually practice just to keep ourselves healthy and safe during our vacation months. So come on in and let's have a chat. First thing is having a list. Make sure you're making a list of things that you need to take on vacation. That way, during the planning time, you know exactly what you need. And when you're on vacation and you're coming back, you know exactly what you took when you went. And so it's easy for you to kind of get ready and bring everything back. I mean, how many times have we left a phone charger or a tablet? Like one of the kids will leave a tablet in the hotel room. You get into the airport and now everybody is panicking because we left a tablet or a phone charger or a phone in the hotel room. So having a list is very, very important. It helps with the planning. You know exactly what you need, what to do, and it just makes everything smoother for you, the planner of the trip. Next is if you have any medications that you take, make sure you're adding the medication onto the list of things to bring or packing the medication, because we don't want to be on vacation and then remember that, oh, I forgot to pack my medication. Now you have to call the doctor and try to get a script sent over to wherever you are, try to find a pharmacy that will fill your prescription. It becomes a hassle and it might ruin your vacation. So make sure you are packing your medications. Next is staying hydrated. We go on vacation and everybody is in a nice and jolly mood, so we forget ourselves, especially if we are actually in a water activity type of situation, like if you're at the beach or if you're in a pool. It's easy to forget to actually drink water because your body is submerged in water. So make sure you're staying hydrated. I was at Costco a few weeks ago, and the number of electrolytes that are on sale this summer is crazy, but make sure you are staying hydrated. And along the same lines, I would say keeping your skin safe from the sun. So sunscreen, very, very important, especially if you're going to be, in the sun. Even if it's not directly in the sun, you want to make sure you're protecting your skin and the kids. Most importantly, the kids. Make sure we're protecting the skin of the children. Next is food safety. So just because we're on vacation doesn't mean that we're going to go crazy and, do whatever we want. So this can be hard if you're not staying at an Airbnb and you're cooking your own food. If you're in an Airbnb and you're cooking your own food, then you might be able to just, control what you eat, control what your family eats. But if you're in a hotel or any other type of lodging facilities where you are eating in an environment where somebody else is preparing the food, like a restaurant or anything like that, you might want to make sure you're checking food temperature, making sure the facility that you're eating at is neat and well kept. If you walk into a restaurant and there are flies everywhere and there's like the tablecloth is dirty, there's food on the floor, I wouldn't eat there. I would just walk right out. Or if you order a salad and the salad comes back warm, don't eat it. You don't want to get food poisoning. That's the last thing anybody wants, is food poisoning whilst on vacation. Along the same lines of food safety is healthy snacks on the go. If you are just going on a day trip to the beach or, something like that, I usually will pack either watermelons, mangoes, oranges, anything that I can put in a cooler and keep it cool. That way, when the kids ask they want something to eat, and I offer them like a cold orange or a cold watermelon, they're more susceptible to take it because it's not only nutritious but it's also hydrating. Because if you're in the sun and somebody offers you a cold orange, you will take it. So having something that is healthy but also appealing, make sure you're packing some form of first aid kit. It doesn't have to be anything elaborate, but at least something that will have gauze or like shoot, what do you call those things? Gauze or band-aids or saline to be able to clean a wound. If you have any allergies and you have epinephrine injections, make sure you're packing that in a first aid kit as well, just so that especially if you're traveling with kids, if somebody bumps their legs or get it cut or something like that, you want to be able to treat it or keep it clean until you have to go to the emergency room. The next one might be a little bit controversial, but that is sleep. Sleep. So sleep is, full disclosure, this is where I negotiate with my kids because they will fight me on it. If I tell them to go to bed early while on vacation, it's not going to happen. So let's say, for example, they usually go to bed at 8 during school time. When we're on vacation, I would say, okay, we can add maybe 2 or 3 hours on top of your regular sleeping time. That way they feel like, they had a say in it, but still, I'm still in control. It will not be healthy for kids to stay up all night just because they're on vacation. So giving them a little bit of extra room to stay up a little bit later than usual is okay. It gives them a sense of freedom, which is also healthy mentally, but still being controlled by the parent. And as a parent yourself, as an adult, also make sure you're going to bed at a good time, because you don't want to wear yourself out and then probably end up getting sick because you're tired, your body is fatigued, your immune system lowers, and then you might catch something whilst on vacation. We don't want that. Lastly, I will say is, if you are either driving or flying long distance, make sure you're wearing TED stockings. I wear TED stockings every time, guarantee that I'm flying, or if I'm driving anywhere long distance, more than 2 hours, you will see me wearing TED stockings. We don't want any blood clots. We want to prevent any injury from sitting for long periods of time. So if you're flying, make sure you're getting up and walking up and down maybe every 2 hours. I will walk up and down a couple of times just to keep blood flowing. If I'm driving, I will get out of the car and walk around a little bit, same process, and then get back in the car and continue driving. So TED stockings or getting up and walking, whether you're driving or flying, to make sure you are keeping your vascular health intact as well. So I hope these helpful tips and tricks are useful to you. At least maybe one or two you can pick and add to what you already do, or maybe something new that you might learn. If you have anything that I didn't mention that is useful to you, please leave it down in the comments below so we can all learn from each other. Thank you guys for watching. As always, please like, comment, subscribe, and share the video. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.